Hello and welcome back to BlueTube on YouTube with just me, Neil. Ben's away again, but we'll always try and get one of us to put something out. And I wish we didn't really have to this week because it wasn't anything really to be shouting about, was it? With the game yesterday down at St Mary's against Southampton, finishing 3 to Southampton and just the one, although a fantastic goal to come away with, to Blues. Unfortunately, our away form is still letting us down. There's a lot of things to sort of get through, and one just to get out of our system, really. So we'll try and do that today. We'll go through a few of the things and then try to look forward to putting things right with another away game against QPR, which is on Tuesday night down at Loftus Road, which again won't be easy, but we really need to start getting our act together with these away games now. We always start so tentatively and look a bit nervy, no matter who we're playing against, really. And that sort of happened again yesterday with Southampton going a goal up quite early on with Azaz only on 6 minutes. The other goals for them was Armstrong, who got two on 24 minutes, and then late on, although not late as much as to not be able to pull something back into, back for us in the game with a cracking goal, as we can see here with Damari Gray, almost carbon copy of the goal last week, which he's finding his form for us. Unfortunately, it's not running through the team at the moment. So for me, for their first goal, their players were just given that little bit of room, too much really, caught out a little bit, backing off, giving them too much space, certainly in the area. Not going to say too much about Beadle. He had a bit of a bad game yesterday. There's a lot of people thinking he's not doing it with sort of putting the ball out into touch or keeping hold of it where he possibly should be. But I don't think there was much he could have done about this one. However, the second goal, again, backing off, giving them too much room. I think he really should have got down better to it. And that's bread and butter for a goalkeeper for me. So that was a little bit sloppy. And before we get on to Dimmy Gray's, just to round off their goals, their third goal, again, giving them too much space outside the area, shot comes in, and Beadle parries it again. And the first one, you at least want to be getting men behind the ball in positions like that to try and make a clearance, but it fell to Azaz again for him to fire home. On the plus side, Dimmy is really coming good, cutting in from the left-hand side onto his right foot. Absolute beauty of a strike. It's going to be one of the EFL goals of the week, but it doesn't count when we're not getting the points for them, doesn't it? On the whole, I mean, this is a game that, yeah, I'd have been happy with a point from Southampton. They're up and coming. They've got a manager that's coming in. They've got this new manager bounce. It seems to be working for them, but they were there for the taking yesterday. We took 3,000 Blues fans with us who I felt sorry for because it's a bloody long way to go, isn't it? But couldn't do it. Brings me to, and I'm going to get this one out of the way quickly because, like I say, this is about getting it out of the system more than anything now. Because I don't want to be here going through stuff like this and having to just cover it for the sake of it. I want us to be doing what I know that Blues can do. We've Our home form has been brilliant. We lost that record to that one game that we should have won. We've had some bad luck with decisions. We've had some bad luck with some injuries, and we're having some bloody bad luck with Kyogo up front. The ball came in, cracking crossing from the right hand side. I think Jack Robinson got on the header off the post. That would have been a great welcome back for him. And I know he's had some flack, hasn't he, recently? But we've got to get behind our players, guys. I've seen such a lot where there was some rumours about him going back to Sheffield United, and every comment on this post that I'd seen was, "Yeah, off you go then," that type of thing. And whoever's wearing that blue shirt, we've got to get behind them. And the same for Kyogo. But when the ball came back, this was absolutely gift wrapped. This was an early Christmas present for him, wasn't it? This was, here you go, son, off the mark, and then you can carry on from there. Would have put us back in the game. I honestly feel we could have got something out of this. and there's no excuses for that. But like I say, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. We've got to get behind him. I don't know what sort of opportunities he's going to get in the team now. I don't think he's going to get a start. The only time I can see Kyogo getting a start, and God forbid it'll be an injury to Duckshaw or Stano. So, what's your thoughts on that one? Because things could have been so different, couldn't they, yesterday? Just in order to get it back out the system, if we have a quick look here at what we thought the player ratings were, and again, I've got the foot mob one, which is fairly neutral. Obviously, Southampton came out on top. Looking at starting our way through with Beadle in goal, he got a 6.6. I'm going to actually go against that and not knocking any players. I mean, I'll always support them when they're wearing a blue shirt, like I say. But for me, it was a 6. He could have done better, and I think he needs to just enforce that commanding the area a little bit more. But he needs to be collecting more rather than parrying them back out. If you're going to just parry, it needs to go into touch. Personally, I'm hearing a lot of people saying it's time for Allsop to come back in. I think this is about time now, because if you've got two decent keepers, the competition needs to be fierce for the best out of those two keepers that it can be. And I think any small errors, and I think there were more than small errors yesterday. One in a game. It's hard when you're a keeper. It's going to happen. But I think there was a couple. That one shot that he let go underneath him, and then that parry. I think that's enough for me personally to bring Allsop back in. I think Iwata was steady back in at right back. He's got a 6 on football, but I'd go with a 6.5 for me, because I think he was everywhere. He covered a lot of ground. Neumann 6.1, Clara 6.8. I thought there was a few loose passes from Clara. I'd like to just see him away from home, just pick up that leadership a little bit more, to be honest, because he's a great captain. I really think he leads he just puts his heart out there and he leads by example. But I just want to see him a little bit more motivational with the players. Maybe I'm missing that, so put me right if that's an issue. Cochrane, fairly steady. The only thing is a back line, I just feel that we just gave them a little bit too much room. We didn't seem to. We just gave them that too much space, backing off, letting them get the shots away. Where normally away from home, we'd be lying down in front of these shots and putting everything to try and not get the shots in, protect the keeper a little bit. Tommy Doyle, I thought he had a good game alongside Paik yesterday. Not 100%, not as good as they can be, but nothing much that we can criticise. I thought they worked well. Roberts was decent with a 6. Stansfield only got a 5.8. Wasn't quite his industrious self. Dux with a 6.2. I thought he was okay, but the service really wasn't there in that first half for him. And Gray was our star player with an 8 out of 10. Cracking goal. Lots of work, lots of motivation from him. Some good balls into the box, which is starting to come good. And then just looking at the subs, I actually thought Jack Robertson did okay when he came on the left side. He got a 7.1. It was just a shame that we didn't have a result for him to sort of share a bit of the limelight coming back. I think we have got to get behind him. Kyogo came on at 59 minutes. He got a 6, and he worked well. He got into some good positions, but that miss. That's all this game will be about for me, is Kyogo not scoring that goal. And there's been a couple of worrying misses like this, hasn't there? Keshi came on, didn't really make a massive impact, but I do like it when Keshi comes on and just runs at them. I think he's got trouble in him, and I think he frightens the defenders to death, like I've said in the past. Kumas, I'm not going to say too much about. I think we've got better. And Lyndon Dykes, I thought he got into the end of some crosses, got the ball down, which is exactly what he would have been told to do, to try and just get the ball into the danger areas. But unfortunately, it was too little, too late. Overall, Blues had 60% ball possession to Southampton's 40, which, as we keep saying, doesn't mean an absolute thing if the scores on the doors is against you. 2.01 expected goals to 2.08 for them. One of them would have been in Kyogo's miss. I'm not going to mention that anymore because I've said enough of it. 22 total shots for Blues, 18 to Southampton. 4 on target for Blues, 8 for Southampton. That says it all, doesn't it? Big chances for Blues, 2. Big chances for Southampton, 4. 348 accurate passes, 86% pass rate for Blues to Southampton's 231, 79%. What does it all mean? I don't know why I'm going through it, because at the end of the day, we didn't win. We didn't score the goals. That game was there for us. Yes, Southampton, we gave them so much room for them to come at us. They were like 2 goals up in no time. I think Blues have just got to find a way of being confident away from home. We took 3,000 fans away from home yesterday. We really need to turn a corner now, because if we're going to look for going into the playoffs this year, we need to be picking up points away from home. Even a point would have been good yesterday for us. We got the chance to put it right against QPR, like I say, on Tuesday night. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. I think it's on Sky again. So just looking, QPR had a win, didn't they, against West Brom yesterday. So we're still above QPR. We're still above Southampton in the Championship. QPR are currently 10th. Blues are still 8th. We really need to start picking up points away, like I say now. And we got a chance to do it on Tuesday night. So let's get behind them again. For those that are going down midweek, well done to you guys. I'll be watching from my armchair. But come on, Blues, let's turn it around. Let's start picking up some points. If we can take just a little bit of what we can do at home with that confidence that we play with, because I could see that confidence was there yesterday, but it was, the damage had been done. And I don't want us to get into that position again where we find it difficult to score the goals. I don't know what we can do about Kyogo, and I know that the thoughts on him are so mixed. There's a lot of people now saying that's it, he's had his chance. I mean, Christmas is up on us now. And I still think back to that Ipswich game where he scored that goal that shouldn't have been disallowed, and that would have been off the mark for him. Yeah, it's if, buts and maybes, and you know what I'm like for this type of thing. But it's a good opportunity to turn it around quickly. We've only got to wait till Tuesday. Yes, it's ruined our weekend. It always does. It certainly does with mine. Let's get past it. This is out the way now. QPR, we've got to go there. I'm not sure about any injury problems. Hopefully we'll be back. We'll try and get one recorded, a response to the QPR game. Be back with Ben to do that, and we can analyse, and hopefully we'll have smiles on our faces again. So keep right on, Blue Noses. We'll speak to you Wednesday when we have a little bit of a catch up. See you soon.